We're not live. For me, I want that person.
It's a real good story.
Yes.
No, I'm glad he lived. But the award.
Good point.
I'm switching my answer now. There we go.
I was just gonna say you want it because you're so sweet in it.
Travis.
There's a semi. Game on!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It is the first Tuesday of February
It is.
already. You know what that means.
Yes.
We are back here. Welcome to the Squad Pod. Before we get everything rolling tonight, obviously you can see our little ticker down there below. So you want to follow us at the Real Squad Pod on X and Bougie Sports. Bougie Sports Squad also on Facebook. And oh goodness, I'm Stefanski Girl on both Instagram and on X as well. Lavita Lysandra on X.
Yep, that's
and
me.
Instagram. Yes. So, and bougiesports.net is our new website, new and improved. And you could also find everything past and present on YouTube. So go to YouTube at Bougie Sports, subscribe away, click, and you can see all kinds of great past episodes. So how are you?
Yep. I'm great. Outside of the shit show that's been occurring the past day and a half here. And of course, the fire alarm's going off in my house. We're burning down.
Second time that's happened when we've been live that your fire thing has went off. One day there's going to be an actual fire and we're just going to be here talking like, hey,
this is so
fire.
Annoying.
We're just talking. That is annoying.
So you know what? I'm so dedicated to the podcast that the fire alarm is going off and I'm going to continue and on with the show because that's what we do at Bougie Sports.
That's right. Flames behind you like that. I don't even, was it like
nothing to see here?
You know that meme? Like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Nothing to see here. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is my favorite. So tonight on the Squad Pod, we are covering so many things. I mean, it's been a great weekend for WWE. We definitely have the Royal Rumble to talk about. I was at Raw last night. We're going to talk about Raw from last night. But we have, and I do have a little health tip later since it is Heart Health Month. We're going to talk a little heart health for you.
Yeah.
But before all that good stuff, we've got a burning Cleveland story right now. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
It is red hot.
Oh, I am so excited to talk about this.
I'm sad to talk about it.
Well, I know. I'm sad that we have to be talking about it.
Yeah.
But, now, first of all, he's requested a trade.
Mm-hmm. But he was very, very pointed in his words.
Wasn't he?
I mean, you pretty much just called out AB right there. Mm-hmm. Right there. I was like, ooh, okay.
OMG.
So I saw this coming at some point, honestly, but it's still like a kick in the nuts as a Browns fan.
It is. It's such a stinger.
It was. If you guys had seen my tweet, I had said it's like one of the worst punches to the gut since LeBron left, I think, for me anyway. Mm-hmm. And I think Jamie said, no, there's the drive and the fumble. And I was like, well, I know. I said since LeBron. But yes, we have endured so much over the years. And he was the pride and joy. Like Myles is the pride, Nick Chubb is the joy, pride and joy. Right. You know, the pride and joy of the pride and joy of Cleveland. And he ripped out our pride. We still have joy, but he took away a piece of Cleveland. He's always expressed his willingness to retire, but I mean, obviously the hunger, the willingness to want to win a Super Bowl supersedes all that, and I can't blame him for it.
No, I totally agree. I think, I've thought a lot about this over the last 24 hours or so since this has come out. And, I tend to being, the HR person that I am. Hey, John. Oh, I know. Same thing, John. We don't have many words. So again, I kind of my brain tends to go to that HR side of a lot of situations, especially when you're talking about things like this. And I want, there's a lot of people out there that are like super pissed at Myles. I'm hearing a lot of, he thinks it's all he's not part of the team, blah, blah. And I don't feel that at all. I feel like let's all take a step back right now and look at this from, like, let's say an employee perspective. Okay. I'm going to put it to you that way. So you are a longtime, loyal, productive employee. You have a great reputation. You do things in the community on the behalf of your company. You are like the shining star. You're like the exemplary employee, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in comes a new employee. And you find out, because it's public knowledge, that this new employee is making a whole lot more money than you. However, they are in a different role. Okay. They are in a different role, but they're making tons more money than you. They aren't putting in the work that you are putting in.
Yep.
They are not showing the productivity that you show day in and day out. They have a reputation in the community that's not favorable, that puts a shadow on your company.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, everything that you're part of this project, and the project is bombing. So at some point as an employee, do you resign? I would resign.
Yeah. You're like,
I would resign.
Bullshit.
I'm surprised he's lasted this long of it.
Yeah. Yeah. They've wasted some of his prime years.
Yeah.
On this.
And you know what? And he's not, and he can't be the only person feeling this way.
I know.
You've got Joel, and you've got, Wyatt, and all these good-hearted men on this team that give their all.
That are blocking for a dick bag.
Right?
You gotta.
It's so bad.
Oh, no.
It's so bad. So what do you think? Okay, so let's say they're going to do a trade. Where do you think? Oh, thanks, John. Where do you think, what happens here? Where do you think it goes? I mean, like, what do you think?
I think that, I was actually going to I wrote down a scenario. Let me pull it up here because that's what I do. I just saw this floating around on my timeline. Cowboys. He's a native of Dallas, for one. Okay. So Cowboys get Myles Garrett and number 2 overall pick. Browns get Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, number 12 overall pick, number 44 overall pick. That's what's floating around. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to the Cowboys, but then at the same time, if he is talking about wanting to play for a championship, I can see him maybe going to the Lions.
I thought that too. Lions are
him with Aiden Hutchinson would just not be fair.
Right.
It wouldn't be fair.
No.
So honestly, I don't. That's a maybe. I mean, if he does go to Dallas, then it makes sense. He's from there. But I honestly see the Lions, and I would prefer the Lions. And if the Browns were smart, which I doubt, they will trade him to the NFC and get him out of the AFC. So that's one big thing. Please don't fuck this up. If you're going to get us draft picks, please don't trade him to the Steelers. Please don't trade him to the Ravens or the Bills or the Bengals or the Chiefs. Just don't. Please. That's all I ask.
Did you see that someone posted something up about, I don't know who it was, that Myles would look good in purple, and Lamar Jackson retweeted it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Hey, Michelle. So let me tell you what Cleveland radio is saying. So
Yeah.
all day yesterday, as soon as I could get in the car and turn on, 92 through the fan, I did. And I listened to that. And they were and again, though, but this is not a championship team. So I don't think he's going to go that way. But they were saying if he went to the Patriots and we got pick number 4, okay, so this was their thought. We have 2 and we would have 4. So then do we do like we get a QB in one spot and then maybe Abdul Carter on the other side?
There's so many different scenarios.
There's so many different things. But then again, you think, is he really going to go to the Patriots? I mean, yeah,
That's another
QB
team. The Raiders is another one floating around.
Right.
But
he's not going to run out there and win a Super Bowl.
No, but I would say maybe the Commanders. They were so close this year. That would make them pretty killer. So
that
but like I said, or the Rams, since Aaron Donald retired, they need another big defensive name to put them back on the map.
Right.
And then they're saying Cooper Kupp is on the trading block.
Mm.
So, there's so many different scenarios that can happen. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that I can say is, as a fan, I'm gutted. I wish him all the best. I don't blame him, but I'm so sad.
And I did read somewhere, and I don't know who wrote it. I am so sorry, but it said something that that
we have Buccaneers. That would be
it's
I would NFC as well.
I would bawl my head off if he went to the Buccaneers with my shake and bake. I love Baker, but no. If what was he just saying? That just took my mind right away. Oh. They were saying, whoever I read, I can't remember who it was, said that the Browns have made a statement that they have no interest. They're not going to trade him. Like, tough
then
shit.
He'll just retire.
You want to?
They're gonna do okay. Then Myles will just pull like a Barry Sanders or a Calvin Johnson and just retire. Or who else did it? What's his face with the Colts? The quarterback. I can't even think of his name right now. He was right before Peyton.
Oh gosh,
it's like right at the tip of my tongue. I know one of you online knows.
My brain's too tired from Raw last night to think beyond.
Okay, well,
but yeah, but it's just there's, like you said, there's so many scenarios going around, and really, this is the Browns' problem. They brought a terrible scenario.
Andrew Luck. Yep. He retired because Jim Irsay didn't want to get him a goddamn line. He probably would be. They would probably be Super Bowl contenders right now, or he's probably on the tail end of his career by then. But yes, Andrew Luck. Crazy.
That's it.
But yes, they better not hold Myles back. You're right, Michelle. I don't. But if they do that and he ends up retiring, they've just wasted a completely amazing talent.
I know.
Unforgivable. And the thing is you say people were blaming Myles. There's a lot of blame going to Haslam and Barry too, calling for their heads.
Yep.
So I kind of threw this out here, and I don't know how people would feel about it. And I don't even think this is something that is even realistic. But wouldn't it be cool if the city of Cleveland found a way to buy the team off of Haslam and make the fans owners like the Packers have? I think that would be amazing.
Could you imagine? And
if there was some sort of like fan ownership, like if they own private stock in the team, it's a very unconventional setup, and it's been like that for like 100 years. So the fans own a piece of the team. But how much more Cleveland could you get to keep them in Cleveland, where the fans actually owned or had like a minority stake in the team? How awesome would that be?
That would be insanely amazing. Could you imagine?
And even integrate that into the price of like season tickets for those people that have the money to do it. You get a piece of the team, a stock, something,
right?
And actually have like, people that are for the team and not just for their pockets. I mean, I know it is all about money in the end, but I think that would be so awesome. Totally. City of Cleveland own their team.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. And they, I don't know if you saw this. It was a real small group, but throughout the afternoon yesterday, people were like, we're going to protest at the stadium, and
Yeah.
there were a few people. I mean,
Yeah.
we were there and you could see a couple people walking around, but, and the news was there and they were, there is some footage of some fans that they talked to about how they want Jimmy gone. They want AB gone. And
Yep.
what can you do?
Yep. And
There's
now
nothing we can do.
because Myles wants to leave, and if they should entertain it, they should give that man what he wants. But if they do let Myles go, they're just gonna have to blow the whole shit up. Like just and recuperate. They're gonna have to recuperate that draft capital that they gave away to the Texans for that shit that we got. So we're gonna have to recuperate that.
I can't even imagine doing this again. And I'm telling you right now, if I was Kevin Stefanski, I'd be like, I gotta go. Oh, what's Steve saying? I'm trying to love Myles, but he doesn't appear to be going public. If Browns trade him, they need to get the best.
I think he went public for a reason. I think, and because of how he worded his statement, he was basically calling out Andrew Berry, and I think that he wants the public to know what's going on. That's how I feel, Steve. But.
Yeah, and if you remember that very last press conference after the very last game, and you watch that, and you watch Myles speaking, he is furious.
He should be.
He's furious. And then you have Denzel Ward out there talking to TMZ after that, too, saying we need a quarterback.
Oh, that was funny. I saw that floating around online, too. I was like...
These guys, props.
They're doing it, but they're being classy about it in a way where they're not, like, completely... they're not having their dad on social media saying that, somebody needs to pass on the ball more or whatever.
Right?
You know what I'm saying. You get the point.
Let's keep your mommy and your daddy out of it. Be a man.
Yes.
Be a man.
Okay. I think that horse has been beaten dead. I don't know.
I think we have solved the problem. Oh,
maybe it was just like a therapy session. We just had to get it off our chest.
I needed therapy today. The one thing, though, speaking of kind of while we're on the topic of Browns and draft and Myles and all that crap. So again, now you throw this card in there. How do you feel? I know we kind of touched on this the other day, but now how do you feel about, do you think we get a veteran in for who? I don't know, but let's say do you think we go for a veteran QB, but also draft?
I didn't have a chance to make the slide, but I have the results of a poll that I took. I need to know. It's all over my timeline. What do you think the Browns should do? And I just threw 4 different things. Draft Cam Ward, draft Shador, draft Jalen Milroe, go with a veteran quarterback. Veteran QB won 42.9% of the vote.
Yeah.
Shador was 2, Cam Ward was 3, Milroe was 4, and then there wasn't enough poll options for me to add more, but
like add other positions or anything. Yeah,
I just threw that together over a beer and whatever. But veteran quarterback, I mean, with what we have now, I kind of agree with that, actually. I think a veteran quarterback would be a whole lot better. Or drafting and building and having the mentor of the veteran quarterback. Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Yep. I was thinking, you get that veteran, you get you draft. Yeah. And then you bring in a rookie as well.
Yep.
And like I said before, let's say you go with that Patriots scenario and you got 2 and 4, you get a veteran, you get, Shador even at 2, let's say.
Yeah.
And somebody else at 4, maybe somebody on the defensive side at 4. I can't remember. There's a couple of good names out there, and they're not hitting me at the moment. But, there you go. You're kind of solving both of your potential issues. But there's more issues than that. So let's just be real.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Browns.
I think it goes further than just players. It's not even the players.
It's going in to the freaking Indian burial ground that Huntington
and just because
is sitting on.
Just because.
Yeah.
Russ stinks.
That's right.
Yep.
We agree, Coach.
Yep.
I feel
Well,
better. I feel better. And I hope all of you feel better out there listening
Yeah.
to that and maybe yelling into your screen at all or typing to us. Thank you.
yes.
We
It's
appreciate
okay.
it.
It's all about letting it out.
Let it go.
So, we had a big sports weekend.
Yeah.
So word is there was a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put
This,
this together. So
I
fun.
love it. This is my first Royal Rumble ever. Do you have never watched a Royal Rumble before?
Really, I watched it all the way through. I even took notes like homework.
Insane. We had some insane notes together, girl.
I know, between the two of us. But
So good.
a lot to talk about. I mean, where do we begin?
Well, the women kicked it off.
Yes. Yes, they did.
The women kicked it
And
off.
I mean, let's just start with the fact that Charlotte Flair came in and kicked ass.
She did. And
Yeah.
and there were some surprises.
Yes, there were.
Some surprises.
Yes, we had Alexa Bliss. And I believe we have some slides here.
And Grace. What's her name?
Yes.
Grace?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Grace.
Yep. But yeah, we have some good stuff here. So Alexa Bliss made her debut. Charlotte Flair made a comeback. Nikki Bella, that was a good one.
Nikki Bella. Yeah. I like
it was
her.
good to see her.
Yep.
Very good to see her. And it seems as though she's gonna be in some of the storylines here. So interested to see where Nikki Bella fits into this.
Agree.
You know.
Now, there were two female surprises that I was wanting and didn't see.
Okay. But before we go forward with the next slide, I had to put the Liv Morgan getting that drop kick. That was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You know what? And speaking of Liv Morgan, I don't know if you saw the stats. They came out with the stats of the Rumble of how long everyone was in the ring.
Yeah.
And she was in there. She was like number 2, I think, an hour and 7 minutes. Can you imagine going through that for an hour?
Yeah.
And
Who was number 1? Wasn't it Io Sky?
It was Io.
Yeah.
She's nuts.
She was taking a beating, man. I was like, damn.
Oh my God. I would rather be maybe later going in or to the middle of the lake going in. Like someone going in like that first, that's a long time in the ring.
You got to have some conditioning for that because
Major.
Yep.
Major.
Yep.
So I have been, they've been teasing all this time about, like Becky Lynch coming back when, she's going to be coming back.
I was expecting Becky Lynch.
Yeah. And I thought maybe Jade Cargill would come back, but I haven't heard much about Jade lately, but I love Jade Cargill. And I thought for sure this would be it.
Yeah. Oh, Roxanne Perez did set the record. She did.
Oh, for the most time in a Rumble? Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. But as far as surprise no-shows, the other one that I kept hearing was CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee. She didn't show either.
I heard that too.
There was a handful of people where I was like, what happened? I heard Mickie James, nothing. Becky Lynch, no. Jade, no. Nope.
Yeah, it was kind of odd. I mean, they're great. I mean, the ones that showed up.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but
no, not at all.
You'd think that, I mean, Alexa's a big name, but I mean, just you'd have someone.
I would say that Alexa Bliss coming back was kind of the highlight.
It's huge.
That was huge. That got a really big rise out of the audience.
Oh, and
that would be the highlight, I would say.
And you know what? Last night I really wanted to do my hair like her hair, to do like the really big, like pigtails. I couldn't get them even. And so I just ended up throwing it one big ponytail because my hair was all jacked up. But I was trying to do like 2 big pigtails like her.
I have a shit ton of hair. I could probably do it. That would be crazy.
I know. I just couldn't get it even. I needed like help. I needed someone to do it for me,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to replicate her hair so bad. She's so cute.
She is cute. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything else that was really like that stood out to me, but I'm going to have to say the big thing was Alexa Bliss, because she just
True.
kind of came out of nowhere. She looks great. I mean,
Yeah.
good for her.
I'm
So
getting my
I'm
notes
looking
out.
forward to seeing. One of my friends that I was talking to, he was like, I need another blonde in my life. I've had enough of Liv Morgan. I was like, you too.
Shut it. Well, you know what else too? Bianca Belair. She came out like a beast.
Both her and Charlotte Flair. Look at this. Look how far these ladies get up in the air.
I
Like,
can't even
give it
believe
to
it.
them.
It's so
They're
crazy.
amazing athletes.
And do you think though that Bianca wasn't meant to go out when she did? Did it feel like it? I don't know. Something about that. And wasn't there like, I don't know, something
Like, she
didn't
came
seem right.
in relatively early. Yeah.
She did.
Because she came in like right after Lash Legend. It was like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She was number 9. She was number 9, and then Baszler came in after her, Bailey, Sonya Deville. But yeah, I would have expected Bianca Belair to come out a little later in the match. You know, probably in place of maybe Zelina Vega, maybe. Or Michin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand the order a bit.
I'm looking at the list right now. I'm going through the order right now. But yeah, I was like, but yeah, Liv Morgan was a beast the whole time. I mean, she just was.
Yeah, she is. She
was
every time.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think we all kind of knew. You and I said last week we predicted Charlotte Flair winning.
Yep.
And she did.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, let's see, we have a couple shots here, but I was expecting John Cena. Not upset about who won.
Right. Yeah. But that was the whole thing. Like, we're trying to get John Cena's to retire. This is done. You know, let's just take him into the sunset right to WrestleMania. Yeah. But now I guess it makes sense. They're going to make him go through the elimination chip, which it's going to.
And they're talking about Cena going heel for like the first time in his career, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm interested to see the heel Cena.
I am
Very
too.
Interested.
But you know what? They need to change.
I don't know if I could even see him as a bad guy, so I'm interested to see where they take that angle. I don't know.
And you know what? If they're going to make him a heel, they need to change his freaking giddy up. He looks like he's wearing like these like slide-on Skechers. He's got on these long jean shorts. You know what he wears every time.
It's very, very 90s.
Yes. Very like your dad's lost in Home Depot is what I call it. Like you see a lost dad roaming around Home Depot in that outfit. I mean, he just doesn't
I'm not going to say anything else because I'll probably get blocked by John Cena too.
Oh, yeah. Don't say anything. We love you, John Cena. We love you. But if you're going to be a heel, we need you to dress the part.
Like leather and chains.
We need some leather. We need some spikes. Come on with it. Let's go, Cena. Call us. We'll get you hooked up. We'll dress you.
Oh, gosh. You and Yvette and Heather. Okay, these, yes. I guess my kids knew who this guy was. I had no idea who this guy was. Let me see. Where is it? His name is I Show Speed.
I Show Speed, yeah.
From you. So he took out Akira Tozawa. I was like, this.
All of a sudden,
oh no, that was Carmelo Hayes. Never mind. And then they got I Show Speed to take over for Akira. And then so that was interesting.
It was for a brief minute. I'm sitting here, honest to God, I'm watching it and I'm going, like he comes into the ring, right? And I'm like, did they just take somebody out of the crowd and put him in the ring? Like, who is this kid? This is someone's kid.
My kids told me right away. I felt old at that moment in time.
I feel old right now.
I saw, and I wish I would have grabbed the stat for it, but it was like the most watched WWE moment in history with like so many 100 million views. No, of that particular I Show Speed segment. Actually, the actual segment itself was the most watched in WWE history. So that gave him way more exposure, even though he probably is already, he's a huge streamer. So that was pretty funny though. They showed
that stat at Raw last night. It was
Yeah.
like 300 million views in less than 24 hours was what it was, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
Yep.
crazy? But I
Yep.
thought the same thing too, because I kept looking at it going, I don't know that guy. You know, I
Yep.
mean, there
I was
are
like,
some
who is
people
this
I'm not
guy?
familiar with.
Yep.
I was like, I don't know that guy.
Yep. And then, you know, I had to throw in, you know, Damian Priest choke slamming Dirty Dom. You got to throw that in there.
You got to throw in Dirty Dom being slammed. He deserves it.
Always.
Always. Back in my notes here.
I would have to say, for me, the highlight of the men's Royal Rumble would be no,
Is
what
it the
was it?
stare down?
No, it was this. No, this the ladder match. The highlight of the Royal Rumble
yeah.
itself was the finisher. Cody Rhodes, the Alabama Slammer, to the
Oh my gosh! I was like,
ladder. I was like, oh
dead.
my god, is he dead?
I'm like,
He's bloody
dead.
and dead.
He was so
that was
bloody.
insane. Yeah,
That was an insane match. It was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about that moment. Do you remember that moment in the ring? Kind of flipping back for a second to the men.
No worries.
Do you remember that moment when there was Cena, Roman, Jey Uso, I believe, Seth Rollins, CM Punk?
Yeah, it was the former Shield, and it was like a reunion there for a second.
They were all just kind of standing there. I'm like, wow, this
that was
is
a moment.
And like, I was just standing there. I was just sitting there going, oh my God, I just love this so much.
It was the Rollins and Reigns showdown, former members of the Shield. Mm-hmm. That was a pretty cool moment there. That was a good moment.
That was a super good moment. And they kind of hung there for a while.
Yep.
And I was like, they know what they're doing here. They know what they're doing. But anyway, back to Cody. Yeah, I mean, that was such a good
move.
match.
I was like,
I'm like, Kevin Owens is dead.
Yes.
Dead.
That was over.
Yeah. That was a good match.
Yeah. What did you think of the tag team match?
You know what? I missed some of that. The DIY.
Mm-hmm.
I missed some of that. I got I think the end of it.
Yeah,
really around the end of it.
It was exciting, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I
didn't really have much. I was kind of on to other things during that time, but I was taking notes.
Me too. me too. I was trying to do a couple things.
I would have to say it was like the least favorite of my matches.
Yeah.
But I love the Rumble between the men and the women, and then Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. I could have done without the DIY match. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I probably could have done without that too. And you know what else I could go without was Logan Paul.
Oh, he was just everybody could.
Why are we entertaining Logan Paul anymore? I just don't know. That was, and I was cracking up with the notes like Logan Paul eliminated Logan Paul. I mean, literally just.
Yeah, he was annoying.
Yes.
But
in every experience, annoying. That's a word.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
But on to better things. You and the ladies went to a really cool place last night.
Yes, we did. We went to Raw in the Land.
Yes, you did. And it was a good time. I was at the skating rink.
Ooh. Yeah,
but,
I look kind of hunched over here, but yeah,
okay.
I wore my Cleveland Nightmare shirt.
You were probably on your tippy toes.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, the good thing is we were on the floor, just a few rows back.
That's some great seats.
It was, and so the way where we were sitting, I was able to. I honestly barely sat because I was running back to the back because I wanted to see the entrances, and then I would run up to the front and almost just walk up to the ring. I mean, the security guy would let you stand there.
That's great. You even got some great shots, and we have some great shots to share.
Yes.
So let's see what you guys got to see here. I thought I was a little jealous. I was like, what? But yeah, there's some pictures of you guys. You were pointing at the WrestleMania sign. And then, here we go.
Matt McAfee coming out.
Look how great those seats are.
Well, this is actually at the end. So our seats were way up by the ring. But what I did was, because I'm short, is I just ran down to the end because the entrance was right there.
Yeah.
at the very end of our section, and I just kind of walked up there, and these
But
couple
you're
guys,
tiny.
I know these couple guys, like big guys that had like the folding seats there. They were like, "Do you want to move in?" I'm like, "Thank you."
Oh,
I just
because
kind
you're
of walk
cute
up
little.
and I make myself shorter than normal, and I'm like, and they're like, "Come on in," So I'm like, "Thanks." So I just kind of weasel myself in there, and I just hung over the side. And so they knew me. And so what I would do is then I would run up, and I'd either sit in my seat for a second to watch the
nice
match,
of them.
or I'd run to the ring. And then when another entrance was coming, I'd run back to the other end. I mean, like I said, I was never
Nice.
sitting.
Nice.
But that's how I got Pat Mac. Well, you'll see. We'll watch all the videos.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee coming
Yeah.
out.
Let's see what else we got here.
Oh, you guys, Penta. I wasn't expecting this at all.
I like his outfit.
I like him.
His costume. He's cool.
He's cool.
These are great seats.
This was actually at the end. I was standing. Yeah, whoever had seats back there, though, cool.
Yeah.
But that fire,
those pyrotechnics are ridiculous.
I mean, I'm like, is my hair on fire a little bit? Or, I mean, look
Oh, no, it's hot. I
Feeling
remember
out.
being by the ring at an AEW show, and it's just like, it's hot.
It's hot. You feel those flames. You can smell it, feel it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, let's see what else we got here. Oh, you said this was the best part.
Let me tell you something. When you watch this on TV,
It's nothing like in real life.
no, you watch it, you can't hear it, feel it as much. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
But
That's the same thing with remember Bray Wyatt when he came out and it was all dark and everybody had their flashlights on their phones.
Yeah.
It looks super cool on TV, but when you're actually there, it's even cooler.
Oh,
I thought it was awesome.
That had to be so cool. And it makes me so
was.
sad that he's not here to have that experience anymore.
I know.
But
I know.
yeah, this was like, it was like being in church, man. Like,
yeah, and then he came out and talked to
religious
everybody, and I saw everybody chanting and all that, and he got all emotional and stuff. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a cool segment.
Jay, he was so good. He was so emotional. Everybody chanting, "You deserve it," to him,
Yeah.
I mean, the yeeting, if yeeting is a verb.
I love the signs that said
hours.
Yeetland. I was trying to grab a screenshot of that. I loved it. I saw a couple that said Yeetland, welcome to Yeetland.
I love that. And
they need to make a t-shirt.
His glasses sold out. Everything, like all his stuff sold out.
Of course.
I know. It was
the
amazing.
whole place rocks when he goes out there.
That part was amazing. Yep. I love yeeting.
Let's see what else we got here.
Is that Charlotte Flair coming out?
Yeah.
Her boots. I need those boots. And her jacket is like, look at those boots. They're sparkle. They're high. They're all me. Okay. All me all day long. I'll wear nothing but those damn boots. Okay. And her jacket
I would
is
probably be
too.
falling out of those. I would be falling and busting my ass in those boots. I can't walk in those things.
They were. And
then that led into the segment of Rhea Ripley coming out.
Yep.
Hi, Sean. Sorry about that. It's like, I'm trying to man the comments and the video.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't see him. Sorry. I don't have administrative access, you guys, tonight.
It's okay.
I can't help.
This right here.
Oh, my
CM
favorite.
Punk always gets the crowd going, too. He's fun.
So funny. 2 nights ago, I was laying in bed singing this song in my head, thinking of him for some reason. I could not sleep. I was like laying in bed.
Nice. Nice.
But that was a really good match too with him and Sammy. Sammy, I thought he was dead. Like we had to leave, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" A Cleveland Clinic doctor went like running in front of me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I think he's really hurt.
Yeah, these guys get hurt. Like,
they do.
Yeah, they put their bodies on the line.
Truth.
So with all the excitement that we had with the wrestling and everything, you know how sometimes we talk about like the signs in the audience and everything? Yeah.
Yes, there was a
We have
special
some.
one.
Yes, we have a special one just for Yvette. Hold on a second. Wrong one. Here we go.
Oopsie.
So this particular slide was referring to The Sopranos season 3, episode 7, 28 minutes and 39 seconds. And I was very, very interested as to what
That
this was all about.
And this was at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, this was at the Rumble, but I remember Yvette sending this, and I was laughing when she sent this over text because I was like, I saw that too, and I was trying to get a screenshot, and I didn't get a screenshot, and I wanted to watch the scene, so I decided to do my own investigative work, and I went into my Max account, and I pulled up Sopranos Season 3, Episode 7, and we're going to see what this cryptic sign is all about.
I am excited. Let's go.
That's the important thing. You look better, too.
If you're gonna lie to me, tell me there's a broad waiting in the car. I want to tongue my balls.
Hey, you want that? It's a phone call away.
The most random shit.
What the heck?
Yep.
So what does that have to do with the Royal Rumble?
I'm going to have to rewatch it now and see why or what, or I don't know. But
yeah, I don't get it.
All I know is that it made me laugh because I was like, that's hilarious. Just so random.
We can always use a good laugh. Thank
Definitely.
you, man with the sign.
Yes. So if anybody was interested in what that was all about, that was it.
That was it. So. And if anyone has any clue what that had to do with the Royal Rumble, please speak up. Speak or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
We'd like to know.
Yep. So as you saw my slide that came up, I figured we can move on to that really quick here before we go into your segment. I'm doing the unhealthy stuff, gambling, drinking. You're going to go with the health segment.
That's right. I do want to say I am new to the world of like DraftKings. So I just started with some things. I'm not really big in the parlay side right now. I've been very heavy on the fantasy side. I was just trained a little bit on NBA fantasy.
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle. So now I love to learn about how you are successful here. I feel that you have been very successful with some parlays.
I did. I won almost $1,000 on one, and then I won $400 a few weeks ago.
Jeez.
And then, well, that one, if I would have let the parlay finish out, it would have been $2,400. But I was like,
nervous.
$10. Well, yeah, I was nervous for one, and then I needed the money. It was my kid's birthday party that weekend, so I was like,
cash it out.
Some extra money. I'm gonna cash it out and pay for that stupidly expensive party at Urban Air. By the way.
Gosh.
We won't even go there. Okay.
Let's
anyway.
not talk about Urban Air right now. Yep.
Don't get me started. It was almost like $700. Okay. I know. Mom life. So
it is.
With that said, I decided, well, for one, I wanted to say I started doing daily fantasy and I've won a few times doing daily fantasy, but my preference is football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't seem to have much luck doing basketball, even though I know more about it. I don't get it. I don't really have too much of a rhyme or reason with my parlays, but the one thing that I do is I bet $10 at a time, and I take a look at some of the odds based on some of the things that are possible that I feel that can happen. So in this particular case, I have a 5-leg parlay on the left.
Okay.
$10. This bet will get me, if this thing isn't in the way, what, $120?
$120. Yeah, I see it.
Yep. So on my 5-leg parlay, Travis Kelce receiving yards, 70+ yards.
Mm-hmm.
I see I see him doing that, and the main reason is because I see a tight end a lot of the time as a safety valve on the offense. So, if the Eagles have a very decent pass rush, and the last time that they played in the Super Bowl, Mahomes only threw for like 182 yards. So I'm thinking if he's looking to get rid of the ball quickly, Travis Kelce would be the one either blocking or being able to get to the ball. So I could see him, getting about 70 yards. Devontae Smith receiving yards. I feel like there's going to be a lot of focus on A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley, and I feel like there's going to be a gap there with Devontae Smith, and I feel like he's going to be the odd guy left open to be able to get those yards. So I see him going over 60 yards. Patrick Mahomes, I'm pretty sure he's not going to have a repeat performance of the first Super Bowl against the Eagles, and I see him at least getting 200 yards. So I don't see that being difficult because it is Patrick Mahomes, so very doable, I believe.
Right.
And then for Jalen Hurts, passing yards, 225 plus passing yards. I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs are going to have to make a choice between stopping the run with Saquon Barkley or stopping the pass. And I feel like what's going to happen is they're going to end up having to choose their poison and have Jalen Hurts throw the ball in the air. So I see him getting, 225 plus yards passing. And obviously, Saquon Barkley is going to have a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So with that said, a $10 bet will give me $120 on a 5-leg parlay. So let's hope. We can all hope. And then I decided to put another $10 down on something that might not happen, but could. Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown scorer, which I can see that happening if the Eagles decide to, or the Chiefs decide to focus their defensive efforts on A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I see Dallas Goedert being the guy open for those gains, especially in the red zone. And then as far as DeAndre Hopkins, he's due a touchdown. He's a veteran. I believe this is his first Super Bowl, and I'm pretty sure that the Chiefs will probably look to try to hook him up with a game ball and a touchdown score since he's late into his career. So that's where my reasoning is going with that one. And $10 bet on those two scoring a touchdown, $240. So
that is so good. I get in there and I'm like, oh, I almost don't know where to begin. Like I want to sweat. When I have to pick it myself, I tend to go to the ones that are already kind of like your prepackaged deal.
Yeah.
I was doing those for a while, but I need to get brave.
Yeah, why not? I did it a couple times and, you win a little bit here and there. But I started one of my other friends, he likes to put like $10 down and he'll do like a crazy 10-leg parlay that nobody will ever hit. And he actually did hit once. He hit like $2,500 once. He woke up. He said he woke up. He was like, I woke up to take a piss and then I opened up my phone and my wife hears me yelling in the bathroom. So you never know. It's like playing the lottery, but with football. And I love it. And, I love daily fantasy too, but I have found parlays to be a little more lucrative.
For sure. Way more lucrative. Way more lucrative. But I think, I'm so baby stepping into it all that I know, setting up a fantasy team is getting easier and easier for me. So, that was kind of where my safety net was. And I wasn't putting a lot of money on the line.
Yeah.
And then I'm going with the same concept on the basketball side. And the other thing that I really like about doing that for me, especially on the basketball side, is I'm not so well versed with the players like you are and others. So it's teaching me.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
You're gonna learn. Like I think daily fantasy is a really good way to get into it. When I first started, I was doing like 10-cent and 25-cent lineups. And I was like, oh, I could do this. Yeah. And then I just started doing more and more. I think the most I've won off of daily fantasy is like $500, but I was like one defensive, I believe I picked the Patriots one year. It was like during wild card, and the Saints were the ones I believe that actually scored points on defense, and that was a difference between $500 and $50,000. The score.
Oh my gosh. Could you
Yeah.
imagine?
Oh my God. I would
If you
be
like
there right now in Cleveland. Can you imagine?
living down the street from me?
For real. I'd just be like, I'll take that house right
I'll
there.
take that house over there.
So,
I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
So
All
now that
right.
we're talking about gambling and gluttony and drinking, we're gonna take you guys into some health and wellness with Lana.
Yes, you guys, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
little notes out here.
Yeah.
So, we always we're trying to end every one of the Squad Pod episodes with a little bit of health and wellness for you. We want you to be your best self, mentally, physically, and this month,
Emotionally. Yes.
this month is Heart Health Month, February.
Yes.
So the month of love. How much I love love. So yes. Oh, Mike can never seem to do that like you do. It's so pretty. So yes, it's the month of love, but more importantly, it is the Heart Health Month according to the American Heart Association. So what I have for you today are, how did we word this, Lysandra? We're coming up here. 5 cheat codes to a healthy heart. So this is exciting. And you want to know something too? I also want to say is it really doesn't matter how old you are. And if somebody's watching this like, oh, I'm 30 something, I'm good. No, you need to be watching out for your heart health all the time. 20s, even if you've got teenagers, start watching what they're putting in their bodies.
Yeah.
Because that's starting their habits for life, right? So what do we have for our first one?
Oh,
Let's
let's go to the first one.
Exercising regularly, 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. Moderate is getting your heart rate into the heart rate zone for you. So that's something where if you've got a fitness chart, I've got 2 on. I've got a Fitbit and I've got an Oura Ring. So, whatever kind of fitness, tracker that you have that will check your heart rate, get you into your zone minutes. You can look online and there's all kinds of little tools that you can find out what is your personal zone minutes for you, or your heart rate. So you know that you're getting your heart rate into those 150 zone minutes per week. It's not hard. It's not hard. What's number 2? Heart healthy diet, including whole grains, leafy greens, and lean proteins. I mean, that's 101. Starting to limit your red meats. You don't have to completely take them out, but limit them. You want to go with your omega-3 fatty fishes. You could even take a little fish oil supplement as well to help your legumes. There's a lot of plant-based proteins as well. And avoiding your packaged foods.
Ultra processed foods.
Processed, that's the word.
Yep.
It's terrible. I mean, I love a good chip every now and then, and we do have the Super Bowl coming up. Okay. Oh, there we go. Salt and sugar intake, reducing these caloric. Okay. Limiting your salt and sugar just helps you all around, right? But the one thing that I really want everyone to take away from this, it's so important, is to know your numbers and to know your family history. So if you have, if you've got heart disease in your family, you've got high cholesterol in your family, you've got, parents or immediate family that, have had heart attacks or whatnot, take note. That can be in your background. So make sure that you're going for your annual physicals with a full CBC, complete blood count. I can tell I work in healthcare, a complete blood count. You want to know those numbers. Get your, blood pressure checked regularly. Always very, very important. And salt's going to really affect your blood pressure if you're not careful. All right. What's numero 4?
Numero 4.
Avoid smoking. Oh, yes. I mean, this is 101, guys. It's 2025. We know. We know that what the tobacco does, right? It's not good for us. It really does increase your heart attack risk. It contracts your arteries. It brings them very small so that things can't get through there, right? You're restricting your arteries by smoking. And they say, I can't remember what the stat is. I wish I knew it right now, but every day that you've quit smoking adds so many to your life. I can't,
Really?
it's a huge, it's an amazing stat. So if you're smoking, try to quit or really cut down so you can lengthen your life.
Of course.
And lastly, we have managing stress. I could use this tip. Taking the time to do the things that you love that make you happy. Exercise is a great stress reliever too. Getting together with those that make you laugh and have a good time, people that take that stress away. Yoga, meditation, any of those things. Everybody's run. So anything you can do to try to get that stress down and carve that time out during the week. Make sure, I always say, I schedule my workouts. They're non-negotiable time. Like, this is when I'm working out. Tough shit. If you ask me to do something, I can't.
Yeah.
I can see you at 6 or 7 when I'm done, but from 5 to 6, I'm busy. But I think we all need to do that too with our relaxation techniques. And I can take my own tip on that one. Switch to decaf. Oh, yeah, that's always good, James. Yeah. That's
My
a
mom
really
had
good
to do
point.
that.
Limiting your
Yeah.
caffeine. Caffeine can get your heart racing quite a bit as well. So limiting the amount of caffeine, especially if you have heart issues. So that's my heart talk for today. And I love you all. You're it. You're all in my heart for Valentine's Day.
More hearts.
Love. How can you do that? I can't see that. That's just not
I
happening.
don't know. I got some little thing on my computer. I think if I do this, it gives a thumbs up too or something. So
Yeah.
no, it didn't do it. Whatever.
Yeah, fancy stuff. All right. Wow, our hour is up.
I know. And I mean, gosh, we could have talked even longer. I do have to say, how about the Cavs? They are losing by 11
What?
or 10 right now in the third. 7:37 left in the third. Yeah.
Well, we'll jump off of here and we'll get to watch it. But you guys, Thursday night, 8:00, we're back. As the
Yes.
whole crew is back, we are going to be covering the Super Bowl. Past this one coming up, we're going to talk about some food. We're going to talk about some commercials. We're going to talk about halftime shows. Good times.
Fun facts.
Lots of
All
facts.
that good stuff. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a party. What is there, 6 of us?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's okay. That's
So
okay.
Yep. In the meantime, again, subscribing on YouTube at Bougie Sports, bougiesports.net. You can get all kinds of great content there. Find us on X at The Real Squad Pod. I can't not do it.
I know. It's okay.
Now I'm putting moves with it.
Right?
We can eat it.
Yep. Yeet.
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 We're yeeting the X. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm delirious. I'm yeeting the X.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining
you.
us. We will be back in March. Now, March, maybe Yvette and I, because I know, Lysandra, you're going to be out that first week. So either it will be a different day of the month or it will be Yvette and I, but we will let you know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yes. See you Thursday.
Have a great night.
Good night.